I, like everybody else, Graeme, built myself up for Liverpool Manchester United and thought it was going to be a goal fest, very much in favour of Liverpool. But as can happen, it didn't work out that way.
No, everyone thought that. Why did it happen? Man United had a game plan, which you can understand them approaching that game in particular the way they did. Liverpool had a bad day at the office in terms of the last third. I thought the football was good enough. They kept getting to the opposition's box time and time again. I think possession tells you that, efforts tell you that. Man United no corners, I think Liverpool 12 corners. So it wasn't a problem getting up to the edge of the box. But that final pass from Liverpool was missing, and that can happen.
Yeah,
that can happen.
Yeah. I wonder what it tells us more about. Does it tell us more about Manchester United's character, Simon, or more about Liverpool's title shortcomings?
I wasn't one going into that game assuming that Liverpool were going to hand United their head. We all know that United are capable of turning up in games. The problem with United is that they're not capable of turning up in enough games, and often in games when you expect them to do better than they do, and we've seen that in the Champions League. I don't think it tells us about anything. I think United are a capable side that are sixth in the league and will play in individual games and have a little bit of resolution about them at times, because we've seen them come back from adversity, play a game in a fashion like the game against Chelsea, and everyone goes, aha, the thing's been righted. And, you know, Liverpool against Man United is one of those fixtures, arguably one of the biggest games in English football, and every now and again it throws out an anomaly that Graeme got to dine out on last year with Neville and his little crowd when they beat them 7, but that doesn't happen very often. So I'm not surprised that the game ended the way it did. But if you look at the nature of Liverpool's dominance of the game, to have 34 attempts on goal, it tells you it's just a little bit of profligacy, and that's about it. Liverpool, this title race is a long way from being run. We were in the same position this time last year. Yeah, same people, same faces, same spaces, same potential challenges about Manchester City, same debates going on.
I think it does tell you a wee bit.
What does it tell us?
Well, it tells you how Man United, as you said, they don't turn up in big games. They don't beat the teams in the top half of the table. They have turned up at Anfield yesterday with a game plan, and I fully understand why they've played like that, because they're not in a good place right now. And I think for a Man United team to play like that is disappointing for their supporters. I don't think it tells us anything other than the strikers, the forward players at Liverpool yesterday were just not on it. The amount of overhit passes they were making, especially in the first eye, Slobber's had his worst game in a Liverpool shirt. The midfield just didn't have that key to the door to open it and create sort of killer chances, because there are a lot of half chances. But I think for me, I learned nothing about Liverpool. I still think they're going to be in with a big shout to win this league. And I think it tells you a fair bit about where Man United are right now in terms of lacking in quality, lacking in belief, lacking in confidence. I think that tells you exactly where they are right now.
But if you're going after the negative side of United, Graeme, they left yesterday. That was like a win for them yesterday.
Yeah, and they should be happy with that, and they will be happy with that. But it tells you how far off the mark Man United are right now when they go there and are happy to play like that and are happy with digging a result out like that.
I mean, you look at the stats, Graeme, we always do this. Liverpool shots 34, Manchester United 6. So Klopp's saying mismatch. I suppose he would, but it was 0-0 at the end. It was a point apiece.
You see, we're going to talk about Van Dijk's interview as well.
Yeah.
Jurgen's interview. It's born out of frustration. They fancy themselves. When you have that much of the ball, you're constantly on the front foot. You're thinking you should have won the game. There was a couple of chances in the second half when Man United broke on them. So when you're out there as a player, that comes into your mind as well. Let's not get caught on the break. But if I was involved at Liverpool today, there's nothing to shout about. This is not for Liverpool. Forget it was Man United yesterday. This is not a new thing for this Liverpool team. And the Liverpool teams I played in, where teams came and sat in, and they were delighted if they dug out a point. Deal with it. You just have to deal with it. You know that teams are not going to come out and play an open game of football against you.
So you would say yesterday's result tells you more about Manchester United's character
definitely
than it does about Liverpool's title shortcomings. You think Liverpool are right bang in there for the title?
Most definitely. Let me tell you.
But Manchester United way off it.
Liverpool, country mile. Liverpool will play the exact same, or try and play the exact same way in every game of football they play. between now and the end of the season. And as long as Jurgen is manager of that team, they will try and get on the front foot and outscore you. And that includes when they play Man City. For Man United, if not one of the biggest football clubs in the world, they are in a place where they're having to turn up and try and nick games. This is Man United, who have spent £1 billion in the last 10 years. I think that tells you everything you need to know about Man United. They're not in a good place right now. And people can dress it up, but your eyes don't lie. You're witnessing it most weeks, where they're so far off matching Man City, matching Liverpool. You have to say Arsenal and possibly Tottenham creeping into that group. They're a country mile off those teams. Well, and for Man United, Man United supporters, it must be painful right now for them. And the Man United supporters will not have enjoyed yesterday. They will enjoy digging out a result and getting a point. But in the bigger picture, stand back tomorrow and say, how can we pull out that every week if you're Man United?
There's Darren in Wiltshire. Graeme, United had 2 clear-cut chances, Hoyland and Garnacho. As Ten Hag said, the best chances of the game. We could have won it. Liverpool were limited to long-range strikes.
It wasn't long-range strikes. The stats tell you everything. Of course, I just alluded to it there. When you're out in the pitch, in that second half, when Man United had a couple of breakaways and good chances, when you're a player, if I'm a Liverpool player at that moment in time, I'm being concerned more about that than winning the game. But yeah, Man United turned up. They did what they had to do. I'm trying to step back from looking at yesterday's 90 minutes and look at where Man United are right now and where they go from now to the end of the season. They can't beat a big team. They've not beaten a big team this year. So yeah, go to Liverpool, dig a result out. Go to Man City, go to Arsenal, go to Tottenham, dig out a result like that. And you want to do a lap of honour for that?
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.